Hello everyone, welcome back to this is episode 17 of Professional Weapons in Advanced Warfare. In this episode we are taking a look at the, I know I skipped it, but yeah, we're coming back to it, the Mark 14 professional variant, and the marksman variant is the Sheriff, and the three professional variants are the Ultralight, Obituary, and Desecrator, and all of them look pretty identical, so it was hard to determine which variant it looks like the other two professional variants alike, and the marksman variant looking like a professional variant, and the closest I got was the ultralight looking like the marksman variant, the Sheriff, which we're reviewing first today, and then the other three professional variants. So here is the Sheriff. It's statistically identical to the Eclipse, with the exception of the fact that it doesn't have a damage or fire rate change. So the MK14 Sheriff has +2 accuracy, which means it has 20% less recoil, but it's like more kick per shot when you fire it. So this is how much the normal MK14 will kick when you fire it. And you see it does, and you see it's not that bad, but here's it's basically just a view kick. So what you see around you, like the sights shake a little bit, like what you see around you. So that's that, and this is what you'll see when you're aiming down sights with the Sheriff. You basically just don't have any recoil at all, and on top of that, the area around you doesn't even kick as much. So this is a very accurate marksman rifle, even more accurate than the base variant. So a lot of people don't find this useful because they think the Mark 14 is an accurate gun now, but it's basically less kick, like what you see around you, and having less kick feels very comfortable, so that's a good thing. But the only one bad thing about this variant is -2 handling, indicating as a 20% worse hipfire spread, and you'll definitely notice this right now compared to the base variant and the Sheriff variant. It has a 20% wider hipfire spread, which Drifter thinks is kind of annoying, but who cares? You don't really hipfire that much with the MK14 anyway. So I don't see how that's such a bad thing. So next up we got the MK14 Ultralight, which is such a terrible variant, and you guys will see why. Now the Ultralight naturally has -2 range, which sounds very bad. It has -2 range, meaning that it has because the damage profiles are the same, the medium and long range damages are the same. What this really does is it's like -30% 3-shot kill range is very bad, and this honestly makes it the worst MK14 variant, because -2 range on a gun that you need as much range as possible. It does have one redeeming feature, kind of, and that's the fact that it has a 20% tighter hipfire spread, so you can go for more easier hipfire kills, and you'll definitely notice the difference between this one and the ultralight version. It's a 20% tighter hipfire spread, but who cares? You don't want to hipfire with a semi-automatic weapon. It's just not the way to use this variant at all. So next variant we got is the Desecrator, and this is a pretty good variant actually. Alright. So here's the Desecrator, and first thing you need to know about the Desecrator is it has different iron sights than the base variant. You see they're more circular iron sights, and it has a +2 rate of fire from 631 RPM to 800 RPM. It's a very fast. It's right up there with the Atlas 45 in fire rate, and this means that this is the most comfortable in spamming Mark 14 in the entire game, which is kind of nice actually. This is how much the base, this is how maximum fast you're able to fire the base Mark 14 at 631 RPM. And you see I can spam it very fast, but you do see I was able to oversample it there just a little bit. This is how fast the Desecrator will fire with the +2 rate of fire. Yeah, that's 800 RPM, dude. That is 800 rounds per minute, which makes it very cool to use. There is a pretty mega downside though. You get a -2 mobility, so you get a 20% slower aim down sights time from 250 milliseconds down to 300 milliseconds, and that's right up there with like machine. Actually, no, it's right up there with the M16 and AK-47, which are the slower aim down sights assault rifles. And this is just briefly comparing it. This is how fast the normal MK is. This is how fast the Desecrator is, and you definitely notice it's way slower. And just both of them at the same time, and you definitely see that the Mark 14 down there is beating it. But I still think that the Desecrator is the best Mark 14 variant, because you can't really no variant improves on damage, even though on 2 variants you'll see that it has +1 damage. It just means the wall penetration, the Eclipse, and the what is it, the hard tip I'm talking about. And the last variant we got is, wait, hold on. Got the Obituary on my dad's account because I don't have the Obituary myself. Where's this guy? Oh, he's on the other side of oh, frick. God, Comeback is such a mirror-like map. It has like the same things on both sides. Okay, we both died. That's good. And last but not least is the MK14 Obituary, which is a pretty straightforward variant. I don't really need to tell you much about this variant because it's pretty much a bad variant too. You have -1 range, which is -15% range on your 3-shot kill, which is already going down, and you're forced to use a target enhancer. It has just a built-in target enhancer. And although it's nice to have, it's a nice optic to have. I mean, the advanced iron sights aren't that great, but just letting you guys know that it has a 3 target enhancer in exchange for less range. I mean, you could just put a target enhancer on the regular MK14 just like I did up there, and then it's good. So just to show you guys now that the MK14 Obituary does have a locked target enhancer on there, and that locked target enhancer means you can't put any other optics on it. There, it's locked, as you'll see. And the rating on these are well, first I want to review the stats in case you guys missed it. Sheriff at +2 accuracy, -2 handling. The Ultralight has -2 range for +2 handling. The Desecrator has +2 fire rate, -2 mobility, and the Obituary has -1 range and a target enhancer. And the rating is Desecrator definitely at number 1, Sheriff at number 2, Obituary at number 3, and Ultralight at number 4. Which, yeah, that's it. That's it for the Mark 14. Now, the next episode is definitely going to be on the MP443 Grok Professionals, which again is a confusing one, but see you guys there.